Hello, everyone. My name is Marcy Mahr, and I'm the Kootenay Connect Manager for the Kootenay Conservation Program, KCP, which facilitates our Priority Places project. I'd like to thank the organizers of this national call for bringing us all together today to showcase our projects. As our name suggests, Kootenay Connect is focused in the Kootenay region of southeastern British Columbia, which contains the headwaters and much of the Canadian Columbia River Basin. Given the rich heritage of stewardship here, I'd like to acknowledge that our work occurs in the traditional territories of the Ktunaxa, the Shuswap, the Sinixt, and the Syilx Okanagan people who've lived here and stewarded the land, water, and wildlife since time immemorial. Our Priority Places project includes 34 partners and specialists. Our lead project partners manage a suite of approximately 50 sub-projects. The science underpinning Kootenay Connect is described in the report, Kootenay Connect, Riparian Wildlife Corridors for Climate Change, and is based on Dr. Michael Proctor's initial overlaying of grizzly bear corridors with large riparian and wetland systems in our region. Thus far, we have received $2 million of funding from Environment and Climate Change Canada and anticipate another $1.95 million over the next 3 years. Our focal areas are biodiversity and connectivity hotspots that are part of a regional network of ecological and climate change corridors. We believe it's important for our habitat enhancement and restoration projects to include ecological connectivity, because lack of connectivity is a key driver of biodiversity loss. Our work has both local and worldwide implications and significance. As we saw during the World Biodiversity Conference, COP15 last year, we need both place-based and global conservation solutions. We are just wrapping up Kootenay Connect's 4th year and beginning our 5th. With the extension of ECCC funding, we have expanding our geographic focus from 4 landscapes that are marked on the map with red stars, and are adding 3 new focal areas in the middle column on the slide that are also important places for conserving biodiversity and landscape connectivity. Our total project area is about 20% of the Kootenay region. Having a large multi-year project like Kootenay Connect has helped us create a strong culture of collaboration and information sharing. We have an amazing core team of 12 partners indicated here with stars that lead Kootenay Connect's on-the-ground work and coordinate other project partners. In terms of our overall goal, Kootenay Connect Priority Places seeks to sustain exceptional places for native biodiversity, species at risk, and ecological connectivity and function by conserving biodiversity hotspots, enhancing habitats, maintaining landscape connectivity, and planning for resiliency to climate change. To date, our sub-projects target 34 federally listed species at risk and 40 species of special concern and local interests. The threats to target species and the habitats they depend upon fall into 7 broad classes that are the usual suspects that many of us are working to manage. Overall, there are 13 classes of threats based on the Conservation Measures Partnership Threats classification that I've included here to show the variety of threats that contribute to cumulative impacts in our region. Our mountainous topography also encourages cumulative effects, because it focuses intense human use into valley bottoms, which also have large lakes that form natural barriers which influence habitat availability and create pinch points for wildlife movement. Over the last 4 years, we've generated too many outcomes to report today, so I'll share some highlights with you. We've conducted numerous field surveys of species at risk. We have North American bat grid cells in all Kootenay Connect areas that are annually monitored for the 13 species of bats found in the Kootenays. We've done an extensive inventory in the Bonanza Biodiversity Corridor, which resulted in 1,425 unique species being recorded, with 55 of them listed species at risk. Some highlights of habitat restoration include enhancing 5 square kilometers of wetland and riparian habitat in the Creston Valley Wildlife Management Area that's benefited the endangered northern leopard frog and increased their reproductive success. We've also completed over 90 hectare of forest thinning projects to enhance grassland and dry forest habitat to benefit Williamson's sapsucker, Lewis's woodpecker, and American badger. We've planted over 2,000 native trees and shrubs and managed invasive plants to improve grasslands and riparian areas. In terms of enhancing habitat features, we've installed 24 Western painted turtle basking logs, secured 2 important turtle nesting beds, and constructed beaver dam analogs to retain water in vulnerable wetlands. We've created 29 tree roosts using artificial Brandon bark and wildlife tree roosts to mimic old growth, and improved nearly 75,000 hectares of habitat for bats. We've installed nearly 20 kilometers of wildlife-friendly fencing to improve grassland and dry forest habitat. Several projects have relied on mapping and assessments using LiDAR, orthophotos, and remote sensing. We've modeled multi-species corridors for our 6 target carnivore and ungulate species, identified climate change refugia and corridors for all Kootenay Connect's landscapes. We have several projects that have led to important conservation measures, such as submitting applications for designating wildlife habitat features to protect mountain goat mineral licks and for registering 790 functioning badger burrows. We've submitted applications for designating wildlife habitat areas for great blue heron, badger, and the rare alkali saltgrass foxtail barley ecological community. The discovery of active Lewis's woodpecker nests informed our recommendations to expand critical habitat when their recovery strategy is revised. And 3 conservation properties totaling 126 hectares have been secured by the Nature Trust of BC and Nature Conservancy of Canada. Our next steps are to launch year 5 of Kootenay Connect beginning this month, hosting a Kootenay Connect Summit in October as part of KCP's annual fall gathering to showcase our results. And we're working to have ecological corridors formally recognized by local, regional, provincial, and federal governments as a way to integrate connectivity into policy and planning, and as a way to promote coexistence with nature into our lives and ways of being in the Kootenays. Thank you for your interest, and if you'd like more information on Kootenay Connect, please check out our website.